So, rich boys love pie, human hunting pie, their high royal blue crime, New Year's Day fine. September blue murder, certainly not mine. Plenty of grooming gangs in high places. Plenty of high crimes, Jack the Ripper crimes. Certainly not mine. See Prince Harry the Spare for details. So, Norfolk Cubas, Cobbers. Norfolk Bacon SS, Windsor Gestapo, so local Nazis, boys in blue. Dismason Council, White Lodge, the local mafias, the local mob, as always, they certainly will pay to make you disappear. All to cover up, high crimes, royal blue murder, certainly not mine. Frames and fixers switches, monster lies, bogus diagnosis. Prince of Darkness, E.T. hybrid host, Red Dragons. So they'll set you up as a red car, Michael Dunn, Michael Sands, Sutcliffe, Steve Wright, Wayne Cousins, Brady Huntley, Fred West, Roy White and White Van Man, Christian B, to get you boxed up, locked up, or done in, disappeared one way or another. So, Prince of Darkness, E.T. hybrid host, Red Dragons, their high royal blue crime. New Year's Day fine, September blue murders, certainly not mine. No Black Panther, Ritual, serial killer here, that one had Limey on it. No Blitz Limey, MPGP cop, ex-wife killer here. So, rich boys love pie, human hunting pie. Again, no Roy Whiten, White Van Man, Christian B. Sandringham serial killer, certainly wasn't me. And always interesting what you'll see, what comes along. It fits right into the story. That one's got con on it because there's a big monster con. Monster Bluff, one very big porky pie. Serial killer lie in Dis Norfolk, UK, Africa, Dis Norwich and Sandringham. And they all nicely used and set me up, framed and fixed me, used me as the spare and the fall guy. No black wizard here, no Volvo state. That one had UFO on it. The big white Range Rover, again Dismason Council, White Lodge, the local mafia. It's the local mob, Prince of Darkness, E.T. hybrid hosts. Red Dragons, they do live and they are here. Plenty of hosts in high places, plenty of hosts in Dis Norfolk, UK. That one had 22 on it. And that really is a 22-year catch 22, complete abuse of power, position, authority and influence in public office. So no Roy Whiten, White Van Man, Christian B, Sandringham serial killer, certainly wasn't me. And he's a very tall man. Very good film split where the lad has 24 split personalities. The 24th personality is the Beast, and the Beast is taller. And no sombrero, autonomy of a crime, no woolly hat. Purple guy, serial killer here. Africa, Dis Norwich and Sandringham, really don't think so. Purple guy was the serial killer in the Freddy Fazbear's cartoon series. But again, this is not a cartoon or a comic, it's real life. High crimes, royal blue murder, certainly not mine. So no red car, Michael Dunn, Michael Sands, Sutcliffe, Steve Wright, Wayne Cousins, Brady Huntley, Fred West, Black Panther, Sandringham serial killer here, really don't think so. Bit of a storm over there. And the storm is coming. Experts do warn us. We have entered the perfect storm. 4 storms converging, financial, natural, solar and war. Again, the perfect storm. 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. 7 seals, 7 bowls of judgment because of the evil hearts of men. And we're certainly seeing how evil the hearts of men are over the last several years. And that's a Volvo there. Again, no black wizard here in a Volvo state. Very deadly serial killer virus in this Norfolk, UK. Certainly have infected everyone apart from me. But no mad monster serial killer here. And that is a good film. Pledged Jack Nicholson. Giant of a man called the Wizard, riding round in a black Volvo estate, abducting children and young girls, but no Sandringham serial killer. Black Wizard terrorist issue, I really don't think so. And we certainly saw how evil the hearts of men are during the COVID period. One big monster crime. And also in the Epstein files. Again, rich and powerful people in high places committing the most horrendous crimes. So the storm is coming. The wrath of God is certainly coming against the evil hearts of men. So we can all turn away from our evil ways. Again, through the Lord Jesus Christ, Joshua, God's one and only begotten Son, the one that God sent to set and make the captives free, that is you and me. We can all be ransomed, healed, restored, delivered, set free, made whole again, given a new heart and a new spirit, a new start. A priceless gift of salvation that we cannot earn, we do not deserve. That is a priceless gift through the Lord Jesus Christ, Joshua, the Ark of the New Covenant. And we certainly all need to be in the Ark of the New Covenant, the Lord Jesus Christ, Joshua, come hellfire or high water. It's the right place at the right time. We may have to move physical locations. I don't know how prepared, how ready you are. If you'll escape in time, get out alive. 85 seconds to midnight, time is running out. So one big firestorm, financial, natural, solar and war. Excuse me. And Russia threatening the UK. And when I was in Russia, Leningrad, I did see scale models of the UK and London, every strategic target marked, more pins in East Anglia than anywhere else. The two big red pins, Mildenhall and Lakenheath, big US air bases, 33 miles from here. Lakenheath is where they're now storing all the nuclear weapons, so if Lakenheath took a big hit, be game over for this area, possibly the UK. Don't know if you're able to hear it, it's a big military plane now going overhead. So plenty of planes still going east, coming back east. And one big gas and oil war, Russia, NATO, Ukraine, the Middle East. So will the pumps run dry come the winter time? One big chain reaction. They keep hitting all the big refineries. So, no mad monster, serial killer here. And like Pink says, when you're surrounded by big-wig know-alls, snobs, dickheads, hags, liars and evil clowns, I'll certainly disappear before they come for me. And ironically too, right by the Baltic naval docks, there was an American general cargo ship called the Lord Nelson. And we did watch the Russian Baltic fleet put to sea, because Russia had then invaded Afghanistan and the West was rearing up. Now it's Ukraine. So one big battle of Trafalgar on the horizon, the 25th Prince of Wales aircraft carrier naval group claim they're all ready for war now. And war is an acceptable blood and fire sacrifice, biowarfare, cyber warfare, and war to Satan and the fallen. Again, Keir Starmer, Andy Burnham, the Monkey Mayor and the Labour loonies will send your sons and daughters to the front line. And we did have the big eclipse recently where the planets lined up, everything is lining up for World War III, one big showdown. Not according to me, according to the military experts. And in the book of Ezekiel 38:39, Mog and Magog come out of the far north like an avalanche. I don't know if that's referring to Russia, could be. Followed by the kings of the east, and their number is 200 million, an unstoppable land army who slays a third of mankind now in the end times. And Taiwan doing big exercises at the moment, getting prepared for a Chinese invasion. And one spark can certainly set the world on fire. When I did live in Spain for a couple of years, and I did get invited on board one of America's biggest aircraft carriers anchored off Malaga. 90 planes, 5,000 personnel was shown around. Also shown around the control room. And one of the officers in the control room said, "Johnny, there are so many control rooms in the world today, all primed for war, that once it starts, there will be such a chain reaction, unlike the world has ever seen, or will ever see again." And the Lord Jesus Christ, Joshua, also warns us in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, of the Great Tribulation. Again, unlike the world has ever seen or will ever see again, and unless God intervenes and shortens those days, no one would survive. So, one very big tribulation. And Jesus also likened the earth to a pregnant woman whose labour pains are increasing, and we've seen things increasing and intensifying. The labour pains records for the last decade have all been broken year in and year out, so leading right up to the Great Tribulation. So again, the rich boys love pie, human hunting pie, their high royal blue crime. New Year's Day finds, September blue murders, certainly not mine. See Prince Harry the Spare for details. Prince of Darkness, E.T. hybrid hosts, red dragons, word that came off. The Royal Sandry mistake, killing fields, loud and clear. So certainly not me leaving the body of a 17-year-old sex trafficked girl on the Royal Sandry mistake, killing fields. Late Prince Philip's favourite hunting area. No Black Panther, ritual, serial killer here. Africa, deer Norwich and Sandringham. Again, plenty of ritual killers in high places, castles, manor houses. UK's Devil Island, country estates. And it's not raining yet. As always, you can Google the rains list or look up the rains list on YouTube. It is disclosed in the rains list how they wear claws to claw their victims, human hunting parties. So, plenty of high crimes. Jack the Ripper crimes, certainly not mine. No Norfolk Jack the Kipper. Sandringham serial killer. Black Wizard terrorist. Issue, I really don't think so. So, will you escape in time? Will you get out alive? 85 seconds to midnight. Time is running out. Today is the day. Now is the time. Tomorrow may never come or be too late. And if the UK took a big hit tonight, would you be eternally saved or would you be eternally lost? Again, eternally saved through the Lord Jesus Christ, Joshua. The key in the door to our freedom now, also our eternal freedom. And we only have today, right here, right now, in this moment. And who knows what a day can bring. So again, like Pink says, when you're surrounded by big wig gnolls, knobs, dickhead sags, liars and evil clowns, they'll certainly disappear before they come for me. And as always, certainly not me leaving the body of a 17-year-old sex-trafficked girl on the Royal Sandringham Estate, Killenfields, late Prince Philip's favourite hunting area. I really don't think so. And Steve Wright, the Suffolk Strangler, ritual killer, he's just been given another life sentence for the murder of Victoria Hall. 17-year-old girl who was murdered, found naked in a ditch, dating back to 1999. So a crime is a crime whenever it's committed, unless it's a high royal blue crime. New Year's Day fine, September blue murder. Certainly not mine. So again, the storm is coming. And that was before the 5 girls murdered in Ipswich, 22 miles from here, in 10 days. Some of them were found naked in a satanic pose. Steve Wright also may have been involved in the Ringland murders in Norwich, also 22 miles from here. This Norfolk UK really is a 22-year catch-22, complete abuse of power, position, authority and influence in public office. And Andrew Christian Tate have been arrested in America for alleged crimes that took place around the same time as the murder on the Royal Sandringham Estate, Killenfields, covered up by Keir Starmer. He was head of Crown prosecution at the time, made that one disappear. So is sex trafficking, human hunting, royal blue murder, is that a crime? Their high crime, royal blue murder, certainly not mine. And they also want to extradite Christian Brunacher to the UK and charge him with the murder of Madeleine McCann. Case has been going on for over 19 years now. Was the anniversary a few months ago. The disappearance of Madeleine McCann, Christian Brunacher, being released from Germany a few months ago. I know Roy Whiten, White Van Man, Christian B, Sandringham serial killer. Certainly wasn't me. See Prince Harry the Spare for details. So all in the bag in this Norfolk, UK. Again, no Black Panther, ritual, serial killer here. And as always, the truth versus a monster lie, or the truth versus lying. They certainly will pay to make you disappear. Again, all to cover up high crimes, royal blue murder. Certainly not mine, so I've known for a long time, any day, anywhere, anytime I can take a big hit or be boxed up, locked up, buried alive down the longest, deepest, darkest, blackest hole where all the monsters are, but no monster here. One big monster con, one big monster bluff, one very big porcupine serial killer lie they want everyone to believe is true, but never the case 39 on all accounts. And the Lord Jesus Christ Joshua said to me, Johnny, I've seen the wrong you have suffered, and I will deliver you from the jaws of death, the trap they have set for you. Do not turn to them. Let them turn to you. So no Roy White and White Van Man, Christian B. Sandringham serial killer, certainly wasn't me. Africa, Dis, Norwich and Sandringham, you could include Spain also. Christian Brunacher was in Portugal and I was in Spain, but no Black Cat, Copycat, Black Calf Burson, Son of Sam, Black Panther, Ritual, serial killer here, really don't think so. One a big monster con. And if you don't believe me, you can ask them, you can call out their big monster bluff or their porcupine serial killer lies, Dr. Death SS, Silver Bullet Whom Kitson, bogus diagnosis. They want everyone to believe are true, but never the case 39 on all accounts. Africa, Dis, Norwich and Sandringham, again you could include Spain also. Did live in Spain for a couple of years. Did go to Spain for a 2-week holiday and stayed for 2 years. Had a very powerful encounter with the living God. That's what changed me, transformed me, turned my life around through the Lord Jesus Christ Joshua. And ironically, had I returned after 2 weeks, the ship that I was due to be working on, the Herald of Free Enterprise, capsized outside of Zeebrugge in Belgium. I did work on the Nordic, the Spirit of Free Enterprise and the Herald of Free Enterprise, Townsend Harrison. I left the door open, and when I got out of the harbour and put to sea, or obviously the sea just poured into the car and lorry decks, capsized the ferry. So there was the ship that I should have been working on if I'd returned after 2 weeks, on the front page of the Spanish newspapers. So no red car, Michael Dunn, Michael Sands, Sutcliffe, Steve Wright, Wayne Cousins, Brady Huntley, Fred West. No Black Panther, Ritual, serial killer here. So a lot of my friends and people I'd worked with lost their lives. And again, people are screaming from the rooftops, shut the door to the UK. You cannot leave the door open for everyone to walk through, extremists and terrorists and everyone else. So only will capsize and sink the UK. The writing is on the wall. So people have been screaming and yelling for a very long time now. Close the door, stop the mass illegal invasion of Europe and the UK. And again, Christianity, Islam, two big opposing forces, totally opposite. Two parallel stories, one is true, one is a big monster lie. So always the truth versus a monster lie. Who and what is true, who and what is false. Anyhow, Joe's now calling, so I come to pick Joe up. So take care, God bless.